You know, there's been an astonishing number of scholarly articles and books written about leadership. And most of the academic focus, it seems to me, is on the character traits or communication styles or personality types of a successful CEO. As important as these attributes are, the reality is that a successful CEO has several primary jobs that can't be delegated. If these jobs are not successfully executed, the CEO will be ineffective regardless of her charisma or Rorschach test. Here are 7 things that I think a CEO can never delegate. Number 1, clarity on point A, which is where you are, and point B, which is what you want. Business owners, it seems to me, are fairly accomplished at describing the dream, the vision, their passion. But clarity about reality, it seems to me, is rare. If your desire is to go to New York City, it's mandatory that you know if you're starting in Hong Kong or Hoboken. Different resources and timelines are required depending on where you start the journey. Number 2, identify the gap or the obstacle between where you are and what you would like. Without a clear grasp of point A and point B, there is zero likelihood you can describe the gap between your current reality and your desired outcome. The obstacle that's blocking your progress is buried within this gap. There's some obstruction or problem that's preventing the attainment of the desired outcome. If there was no obstacle, you'd already be there, and you're not, so there is. Number 3, design the plan and the machine. With the obstacle clearly defined, the CEO is responsible for the design of the plan and the blueprint of the machine, which will allow the organization to overcome the obstacle and get from here, which is point A, to there, which is point B. Building a machine for the problem that isn't is a complete waste of time and money. Number 4, allocate the resources. A CEO sets the priorities and thus determines how the resources of the business are allocated. A crucial part of a CEO's job is to allocate the business's resources in a way that permits the business to stay afloat and simultaneously overcome the obstacle that's preventing the attainment of the desired outcome. This is a massively tricky undertaking. It cannot be all of one thing and none of the other. Bills have got to be paid, employees nurtured, and customers served while simultaneously building the machine to overcome the obstacle that's in the way. In other words, the CEO must plan tomorrow's breakfast while continuing to cook dinner tonight. Here's a hint. A shift in priorities without a simultaneous shift in resource allocation is delusional. Anytime we announce new initiatives or change priorities, it requires a change in how we're allocating our time and our people and our money. None of us has the ability to keep stacking and adding new stuff without simultaneously curtailing or stopping something else. Number 5, top grade for A players. Businesses do not operate themselves. The caliber of your team is the single most important component of successfully and efficiently operating the machine. And yet, it is the one element where business owners tend to make exceptions and tolerate mediocrity. I'm going to put it on a bumper sticker. Lousy players equals poor leverage, equals tired. Number 6, build the organization chart. The people on your team operate within a structure called an organization chart. Structure is the requirement for turning chaos into opportunity and is the price for entrepreneurial success. Great people in a poor structure is bedlam. And finally, number 7, create the culture. How people talk to each other and treat one another is the essence of culture. Not how many jelly beans are in the kitchen and whether you can bring your dog to work. Jelly beans and dogs are perks and have nothing to do with culture. A great culture is based on showing other people that you care, accountability, measuring, and a desire for excellence. Here it is on a bumper sticker. The key is the clarity on the obstacle and consistency of discipline execution on the critical drivers. Consistency requires measurement. Discipline requires standards. Execution requires resources. Here's a thinking time question for you. Where have I abdicated my responsibilities as a CEO? And what do I need to do about it? If you need more on getting clarity about running the business end of your business, about upping your game, transitioning from operator to owner, the 4-day MBA is a great solution.